This guy, Wayne Perry, was considered the Michael Jordan of the murder game.
Wayne Perry was one of our most prolific killers in D.C. during the time when the violence in D.C. had just gotten completely out of control.
This is Washington, D.C., headquarters to the National War on Drugs. The closest battlefields are the neighborhoods that are in the very shadows of our nation's capital.
92 people have been murdered in Washington since the first of the year. That's 38 more than the same time a year ago, a year in which murderers killed 372 people, the all-time high.
In the early 90s, Wayne Perry and company would drive around their stomping grounds in Southwest D.C. They owned the city, and Wayne's name was already an urban legend in the hood. His name was discussed quietly and never to the cops. But what's the story of America's most unrecognized killer? Born in the projects of Southwest D.C. in November of 1962, a far cry from archetypal D.C., at least the one you have pictured in your head. As a boy, Wayne spent a lot of time in Georgia, where people called him boy a lot and would fight often, molding him into a quick-tempered young dude and acclimatizing young Wayne with violence. Back in D.C., a young Wayne ran a crew of thugs who would steal purses from middle-aged women. His home life wasn't any better. His cousin was a credit card fraudster and encouraged him to stay in the streets. The same cousin would go on to coax him to committing his first murder. As the story goes, Wayne's cousin wanted a man dead, a partner that had double-crossed him to be exact. The plan was Wayne would do the job because the target would never suspect the kid. Wayne was surprisingly eager to do the hit, not to prove himself or anything, but just to kill someone. All Wayne asked in exchange was that if he could keep the gun, he wanted it to scare local kids and gain respect from his crew. In his hood, fear was power, and Wayne already understood this well. On the day of the hit, Wayne met up with his target, struck up a conversation, and asked for some ice cream. To get said ice cream, they had to go in a building, then down some stairs. Minutes later, the target had 3 shots in the back of his head, and Wayne took off running the way he came. Now sprinting away from the scene, Wayne noticed something odd. The shells were still in the gun. He got home crying like the plan had failed. In a panic, his cousin asked what happened. Wayne showed him the gun, and the 3 spent shells were still in the chamber. Now, by design, 22 revolver shells don't hit the ground, but a 14-year-old Wayne had no clue. He wasn't sad that he took a life. He was sad he didn't empty the whole clip. A monster at 14, and only getting started. Alpo was a hustler from New York, hustling his way to kingpin status starting at age 13 and growing into the largest dealer on the East Coast with connects in the Caribbean. Alberto Martinez set up shop in D.C. in '89 in a hostile takeover of the crack game. Grateful Edna, D.C.'s Pablo at the time, recently caught a life sentence, and the crown was up for the taking. D.C. had a reputation for being hostile to its out-of-towners, and Alpo would soon find this out. Naive at first, Alpo plied his trade non-violently in D.C. until he was shot in the would-be drug deal. An astute businessman, Alpo now understood that only killers got respect in D.C., so he sent out his goons to find D.C.'s top savages.
They was killing you hear me? So that old saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Right. So I quickly seen that this was a place that I could make a lot of money, but now I got to put my game down. I got to put it down. Although I wasn't trying to bring it down there, but to survive, you had to do it, and you got to let it be known that you're putting it down like that, because that's the only thing they respect. They ain't gonna respect a brother trying to just be smooth and get money. Right. You got to put the murder game down. So that's how come I recruited Wayne, because I wasn't ready to put the murder game down all like that. So once I recruited Wayne, they already knew his rep.
His family struggled to make ends meet, and Wayne often found himself on the streets, absorbing the survival tactics of those around him. Despite the challenges, Wayne was a bright student with a keen mind. However, the allure of quick money and the influence of older boys in his neighborhood gradually pulled him away from school and into the world of crime. By his early teens, Wayne was already involved in petty theft and street hustling. His intelligence and charisma made him a natural leader, and he quickly rose through the ranks of local gangs. Wayne's early experiences taught him valuable lessons about loyalty, trust, and the importance of a reputation. He became known for his fearlessness and ruthlessness, traits that would define his later years.
The Martinez drug operation operated in D.C., New York, Virginia, and Ohio. A later federal indictment would state that Alpo had moved over 500 keys of coke into D.C. during the lifetime of the organization. Wayne Perry would become the head of Alpo's security team, overseeing a squad of in-house killers, all trained to go. Anytime someone needed to be put in the dirt, Alpo would give the order to Wayne, and then either Wayne or one of his underlings would get the job done. Wayne's approach to contract killing has become the topic of local legend. But his strategy was simple. First, Wayne did his homework. If Alpo put someone on the hit list, Wayne would find out who they were, where they stayed at, their routine, and everything else a killer needed to know in order to get the job done quickly and professionally. He did this so well that people would say Wayne literally stalked his victims. Rumors would go as far as saying that if Wayne wanted you, he would sleep in your front yard, just waiting for you. Wayne's dedication to the murder game was unparalleled. After Wayne had done his homework and clocked you, he would strike in a way that even the most paranoid and cautious hustlers couldn't have ever seen coming. Some even described him like a ghost. You could never pinpoint exactly where Wayne was. He would just pop up out of nowhere and surprise the hell out of you. Even the police admitted that they didn't know Wayne's address until months after they arrested him for the final time. Wayne would switch up addresses and locations, often staying at random hotels or motels for the night. Wayne also wasn't loud. He wouldn't argue with you, give you a chance to put your guard up and strike first. He was calm and collected. You would never see it coming.
This call is from
Coast.
an inmate at Washington State Penitentiary. The use of three-way or call waiting will disconnect the call. This call will be recorded and monitored. To accept this call, press 5 now.
Big homie.
Hey, what's going on with you, man?
What's up, big homie?
Hey, you know what's funny? I was just telling this grandma, give me a call on man, right? But what's been going on?
Ain't nothing much, man. Shoot, man, your conversation online been going crazy, man. You over 105,000 views.
105,000 views?
Yeah, man. You got a huge following, man. They love to hear what you talking about, man.
Especially when you talking about something positive. That's the beauty of it, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Talk that dumb stuff, you know what I mean?
You know, as I'm reading the comments, I mean, there's a lot of comments and a lot of cats is, you know, they respecting that principle that you stand on.
Yeah, because I ain't wavering from that, you know what I mean? Because, like, my freedom don't mean nothing to me over that, you know what I mean? I'd rather die with my morals and principles than to live with it in freedom, you know what I mean? I'd rather die with it in the dirt. You know? That's just me, you know what I mean? I ain't wavering. Freedom don't mean that much to me, you know what I mean? I'm still alive. As long as I got breath in my body, still got an honorable chance, you know what I mean? I ain't doing nothing dishonorable. I heard, did you hear something about they supposed to give meet your partner?
Yeah, that ain't true. My man here from Detroit now, he here from Detroit. He said it's just it's a rumor going around.
Old man made it to the step down, huh?
Yeah. Them and no four had to sit down for lunch.
Yeah, that's why I knew they in there together, right? Yeah, that's a blessing. Hopefully that he'll catch a break. But I mean, I pray for it and all that, but I just don't see it happening. You know what I mean? But hopefully it do. It will. Because I've seen them do that so many times. They'll let you make it right there and keep you right there for 20, 30 years.
But once the people get behind you, man, sometimes that's what counts. You know.
Exactly.
Especially the right people. You know.
That's right. You know, people need to rally behind old man, an honorable old man, and you know, people get behind their own people and all this and that. He one of us.
Right.
I mean? And that's the same. I ain't knocking Mumia. I love Mumia. But the same way the people rallied around Mumia, that's how they need to rally around the old man. He was there. The man got 43 in, man. You know what I mean? And then if people open up their eyes and just look at his case, you'll see that he's been straight railroad. It's straight BS. The man in the joint, they give him that all this other time just so he can't make it to the free world. Because they scared of him because he got a little political power now. Because about him being conscious, that means that he can, you know, sway the people towards a vote. And that's what they don't want, you know?
That's real talk.
Yeah, and that's he ain't about all this stuff that they trying to put on him. You know, he ain't with that self-destruction. You know what I mean? That doesn't even fit him. You know, that's dumb stuff. That's what they want people to believe. You know what I mean? And then you got these ignorant youngsters out there that they'll be talking about, yeah, if he came home, what they'll do to him. You know, this and that. That's stupidity to even talk like that. Once upon a time they could have got away with that. You know what I mean? They couldn't get away with that being around nobody like myself, and I was
I wouldn't accept it. You know what I mean? You can't even talk like that around me about the old man, you know? I sacrificed everything I got. I'll be going back to Colorado and be happy about it. Because I'm not all big talking like that about the old man around me.
87.
How old were you?
I was 14. And it was like, I had rolled with Wayne and this man loaned the nigga 50,000 in the crap game, in the crap joint. And he was like, man, I'm gonna give you that 50 back, wow. So he told me ride with him uptown and shit. They go all of the dudes about the 50. So the dudes tell the dude, so me and Wayne laid back while Slim hollering at the dude, right? So the dude tell him like, man, I know what the fuck I owe you, nigga, don't be pressing me, right? So Wayne look at me, I look like, cause I'm young, I'm like, what the fuck is this look? So Wayne look at me, and he looking back at the nigga like, so he ain't never say nothing. So this just so happened to be the same dude that brought Wayne the Volvo and the 190 when he first came out, man, this is what I'm doing. Slim. The nigga had, in 87 when Wayne came home, this nigga had $480,000 cash. That was August of 87. New Year's of 88, this nigga was broke. Wayne had all the money. And so one day I'm riding with Wayne, I think he had the apartment, he had the joint up Wisconsin Avenue, little condo joint up Wisconsin Avenue. So I said, man, fuck that, man. Friday, man, I'm spending like with your joint tonight, man. Well, so now we ride through Rocky Park. I think we was in the Z. We riding and shit. So I said, damn, man, why you do that to your man? He said, look, this is the first lesson I'm gonna give you in this game. He said, man, this nigga had me with him while he go ask a nigga about his money. And the way he allowed this dude to talk to him while I was right there, I felt disrespected. Cause nigga, what the fuck you got me with you for if you ain't gonna stand firm about your motherfucking money? We ain't go up there to hear no conversations about this money. We went up there to get that money. And so he was like, I felt disrespected. So he said, man, in this game, you respect man. But if a nigga show you a sign of weakness, he don't deserve nothing if he can't govern it. You respect man. If a nigga can't govern it, he don't deserve to have it. Fuck him. And that was lesson 1.
Hello, y'all. I'm Bamm Bamm. Welcome to Bamm Bamm Raw TV. I'm Bamm Bamm, a.k.a. the 411 Giant. Hit that like button. I need y'all to subscribe. Then I need y'all to hit that bell icon so you see when my next video coming out. And this be part 2 of Wayne Perry. And this part 2 of Wayne Perry is basically, as I've said before, to just recap a little bit about Wayne Perry. He was notorious gangster down in D.C. He was known as the Grim Reaper, the DC's Grim Reaper, the Michael Jordan of murder, Silk. You know what I'm saying? Because he was so fly going on. They alleged that he'd been killing since he was 13 or 14. They claimed for him to have over 33 bodies. They claimed that he had got so good at killing that he was seen by this guy Airport, who ended up testifying against him. But they said he had been so good at what he was doing. They said he had started learning how to make sure the bodies weren't identified. When he found the bodies, they said if a part was here, a part was there, never was, as they alleged that he learned as he went on and he got better at it. And just like Michael Jordan, he got to be one of the best at it. Now, on this number 2 on Wayne Perry, again, this proud to me meeting him and the things that I was hearing about. I was around real men from D.C., real men, Tone and different dudes, and all of them who was caught up. They was serious men about their business. You know what I'm saying? Larry, Moe, Tone, all these different dudes. They was in lockdown Marion with me, and a lot of them was on the compounds with me. Ron, all these different dudes. They was allegedly hitmen themselves, and it was about their business. But they was smart and calculating. and most of them had a great respect. Most of them had a great respect for Wayne Perry. You know what I'm saying? And they would tell me stories of him, and they were serious about the death before dishonor and everything, a mantra that I did use. And they would always tell me stories about me. Wayne Perry did this, and he did this, and going on. But with Silk, they'd be Silk and going on. I actually, at one point, I thought Silk and Wayne Perry was two different individuals. You understand? So they be like, yeah, Silk did this, him. Man, Silk used to do this here, man. Boy, he had this was laid out like this here going on, man. Dude got down bad with Silk, man. Silk embarrassed him so, Silk he was the latest man going on, but Silk would treat him so bad, man. He said Silk would make him never want to do that again, make nobody else never want to do it again. And I would always listen, and that seemed to be the plot. But I also heard about this vicious guy who stopped at nothing to get his man. Ain't nowhere, no place that he wouldn't get his man. So I'm like, okay, I see this guy, Wayne Perry, this dude here, he ain't going for nothing. If allegedly, if you get down bad in front of the police, you gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? If you get down bad in front of a club full of girls and men, you gonna get it. If you out there showing funky button and showing your ass in front of him and going on and disrespecting him, you gonna get it right there. So that man did not fit the image when they tell me Silk was like this here, he was so fly, he going on. So I thought those were two different individuals. And like I said, in prison, what comes to you, you accept and you put the information together. You do not go digging for no information about no man and his case. You do not go, you do not be, well, okay, what did you do at this time, here? If it's out there allegedly, then you take it and you utilize it. But you do not go digging because you don't want to know all the details. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to know all the details on something that may be unopened. Unclosed. But the thing that is established here with his allegations and everything, he got 33. He had allegedly 33 bodies, but they said they think many more. But still, he took 5 life sentences, and so that's off the board. And like I said, I eventually met him down there. But the quality of men that spoke on him, there's not a penitentiary that you go to that Wayne Perry name don't ring. If he come out, if they let him out of ADX, there's no penitentiary that he can go on in the federal system, that he's going to have that yard. And the thing about it, the new Wayne Perry, it would be, I think it would be a benefit to the federal system, but he's going to have that yard. He's going to have that yard wherever he going. His man's going to either be with him, but even with that, he's going to have that yard. One of the reasons Wayne Perry can't come out, because it's a few. There's a few out there. It's a few, and this, I'm telling you from what I heard and what I seen. There's dudes out there, and there's dudes in ADX. There's dudes out there who have talked to the establishments. They have talked to the establishment and told the establishment, that motherfucker killed my cousin, cut his hands off, did it, you put him around me, I'm gonna kill him. He better. They done dry ratted. They ain't did nothing. They done PC they way. But some of these guys supposed to be men. You know what I'm saying? I done seen them on compounds and heard about them. Then I seen some on compound, and when I got around him, heard about him. I said, well, such, and he's like, oh, yeah, man. Bam, I'm up, But these guys, this is what they do. Not just the Wayne Perry, but they're dudes who got a big name or whatever in the federal system. They will sit there from the streets, or they from the same place where this individual at, and they have had any type of run-in. Instead of sit back and pray and hope that individual come on their compound and then go and put in some work on him and do what they got to do. Go and dance with him, get it over with. There you go. If I think you did that to my cousin, then at least I got some satisfaction. You kill me or I kill you, or else we get to dance and best man wins. But Wayne Perry is suffering from that. That's one of the things he's suffering from. That they don't want him on the compound because they know he got too much influence by the greater percentage of the solid men But he also got those people who's running around hiding under the cover saying, oh, he did this, you put him around me, I'm gonna show y'all something. They gonna ask you, that's what the Fed do. When you go in there, they gonna say, who's your enemy? The answer to that is, I got no enemy, got no problem with nobody. But they'll sit there behind them doors and you put him around me going on, and then you hear them saying once, they'll say something sly. Dude be talking about Wayne Perry. I can be talking to the serious men. I can be talking to the strong men, or the strong men's serious man can be talking about Silk or Wayne Perry and going on. And then it's always some sucker that ease off to the side, and you'll hear him. He'll try to slide toward me or slide toward somebody who really don't know what's going on in D.C. and be like, oh, that motherfucker ain't all that. But why are you sitting here whispering about him and not talking to them men about him? Because they know just the very disrespect of this man's name on the compound. Them men's they gonna stand up. Now they got their beef. They got different things going on, and I can't say what's going on as far as with Wayne Perry and who won't, what's going on back and forth. But I can say that the men who do, if they do have a problem with him or whatever, he come on the compound, you won't never know it till they locked up like gators. You never know it. They don't talk their business like that. But as this, I heard a lot. I've been to 7 penitentiaries, 2 supermax, 1 medical facility. And I've always heard, 90% of the stuff about him is solid. He was about his business. He was loyal to his people, but he was a threat. He was a grim reaper to others. And this carried all the way around the system going on. So, but this is an active practice. Wayne Perry, when I met him, when I met the dude, it's all the stuff I had heard, all the stuff I heard from what they say about the movie, what they say about him in jail, what they say about him on the blogs and stuff. It just didn't compare with the person that I met. And that's going to be on episode 3. We're going to sit here and talk about when I met Wayne Perry, and we'll go from there. Thank you for tuning in to Bamm Raw TV. Much love. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you know when my next video out. We wrap it up number 2 on Wayne Perry, a legend. Silk as you know him by.
As the crack epidemic ravaged communities across the United States, Washington, D.C. became one of the epicenters of the crisis. Wayne Perry saw the drug trade as both a means to escape poverty and a path to power. He began working with some of the most notorious drug lords in the city, quickly gaining a reputation for his strategic mind and unflinching brutality. By the mid-1980s, Wayne had formed alliances with major figures in the drug world, including the infamous drug kingpin Rayful Edmond III. Wayne's role as an enforcer and hitman for Edmond solidified his standing in the criminal underworld.
On the streets, Wayne had graduated to hustling gamblers using sets of rigged dice and cards. He also grew an affinity for baseball bats and guns. Outside his love for the streets, Wayne's first passion was sports. At 6'3", Wayne went to Washington High School and made the baseball team, something he genuinely enjoyed until he was kicked off for beating the coach's head in with a baseball bat. Not long after, Wayne was banned from every public school in D.C. for shooting a hall monitor during a school riot. Wayne says he didn't do it, but everyone else says it was him, a precursor for his lifelong disdain for rats. To get his GED, Wayne would be sent to an alternative school. Now at home with similar rowdy teens, more his crowd. Not long until his stay there, one of the teens threatened to smack Wayne and take his chain. A mortal sin and the ultimate violation in the hood. Not the victim type. Wayne got himself a gun, stalked his victim, and gunned him down one day in '78. Wayne got his taste for killing again and jumped off the porch for good this time. Fully immersed in the streets now, Wayne took up bank robbery and sticking up drug dens. Wayne had the skill set for this line of work. intimidating and fearless. Apparently, Wayne was too good at his job. His crew took his gun because he was too trigger happy. Wayne's little brother was killed by cops during one of these robberies in 1979. Wayne tried pushing weight after this, but quickly went back to his calling in extortion and murder.
Wayne would do his homework on you, catch you slipping, and then straight rock you to sleep. Wayne and his crew of enforcers would commit dozens of murders between the period of 1987 and 1992. Police pegged Wayne's personal body count at 50+ bodies. However, they would put this number to Wayne during a later police interview, asking him to confirm whether it was true. Wayne looked at them and then said it was more like 100+ bodies. This might sound like exaggeration, but, as we'll see, Wayne was dropping bodies left and right, like it wasn't a thing. The level of savagery was almost unbelievable, and often sounded like a scene out of a Hollywood movie. Let's now take a look at exactly what happened after Wayne and Alpo linked up, and the absolute bloodbath that followed in DC. So there were 3 reasons why Wayne would kill. First, was business. If Alpo needed to take out a competitor, or give an overdue notice to a late customer, Wayne would get them gone. The second reason was to protect the crew from the police. This meant killing anyone Wayne thought was snitching. The thing was, though, that Wayne really didn't need any sort of confirmation that someone was a snitch. No paperwork, or nothing. To Wayne, just the mere suspicion that someone was snitching meant they needed to be put in the dirt. And it wouldn't take much to trigger that suspicion. If you so much as asked too many questions, you could be snitching. And the last reason Wayne would kill was if it was personal. If you were on Wayne's good side and did what he expected of you, you could breathe a little easy. But if you did anything to make Wayne feel like you double-crossed him or didn't live up to his expectations, he would take it personal and show you no mercy. One of the first known persons who Wayne killed for Alpo was a man named David Short. Short went by the nickname Duke and was murdered in Maryland in 1989. Alpo believed that he was planning to rip him off for drugs and coke and even possibly try to kill him. So Alpo put Wayne on him. Wayne and Shorty Pop then took him out. Next, Alpo ordered the murder of a man named James Hinson. Hinson, also known as Froggy, was killed by Wayne in 1990 for simply failing to pay a drug debt. His murder was also witnessed by a female friend of his, named Alveda Hopkins. Hopkins would also herself be later murdered by Wayne and his hitters, in order to tie up so-called loose ends.
If you read the judge's opinion, you'll see that the judge said, I'm going to do this, disagree with a colleague and everything. So I'm not going to railroad this guy just because of, what he's accused of. And sure, I'm sure he got a bad background and this and that, but I'm not going to railroad him. He still is worthy of the law. Man, I'd like to see him at least get out of there, but I'd like to see him make it to the world. And Chicago in real bad shape. That's all they doing is killing each other, just stuff on stupid. Because I always tell these youngsters, I'm always speaking about, I always make it clear to them, I never met Jay. I don't know Jay. I've never met him.
Right.
But man, I know he's the most honorable joker as far as, that life and all these jokers that look up to somebody, especially in the music and all that. He the only one really worthy of that. You can't put that on Jay-Z and all them other kids. They ain't worthy of that. You know what I mean? Slim is worthy of that. And they know it. Everybody know it. That's why they run to him every time there's something. But that's what he needs too. He needs to get on board to where he can, they need to start putting it down in these projects and all this, man. This got to come a time to where we got to stop doing this to each other. They told me Antonio supposed to came home in January, so I'm hopefully home. He's definitely supposed to be coming home. I think everybody except Tony Lewis, and they supposed to be fighting to try to get Tony Lewis out, right?
His son's fighting hard for him.
That's good. Slim an honorable dude. He an honorable dude too. I like old Tony Lewis. I like Slim. I sent him a message. We sent each other a message a few years back. We send each other big respects to each other. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just be sending my regards, you know what I mean?
Right.
Stuff like, but just honoring them, I just try to let them know, man, if anything I can do is try to help, I'm out there for them. I sent little Tony that message too, right?
Okay.
Like, do anything I can, anything I can honorably do, I'm all in, you know what I mean? I don't care about no consequences or nothing. None of that, you know what I mean? I'm 53 years old, I don't give a hell if they send me back to 88. Or put me in a job with killer bees and pour honey on me and get a bees Uzi. I'll still be all right. Man, we got to really, really rise up one day, man, and stop it. Somebody got to, a decision got to be made, because, man, we're going to kill ourselves off as a people. We're going to be distinct in a minute.
it's like, you know, back then you might have Trinidad and Orleans beefing or some shit like that, and that's, you know, what's that? Florida Avenue separate them two hoods or whatever. You know, like it wasn't going down like that. You know, down here it was like, I don't know. I guess if me and you get to arguing too bad, you know, a motherfucker got Wayne shit on speed dial, and he be beeping you, and you call him back like, "What's up?" You like, "Man, look, man, you and Slim going through hell? Nah, man, look, man, I'm busy right now, but I'll be down there in the morning, so y'all need to pump y'all motherfucking brakes, cause nah, it's not happening like that." And you know, he gonna get the two niggas together and be like, "Look, Slim, I don't give a fuck. You from that side and you from this side. Both of y'all from Southwest. And I fuck with both of y'all. And okay, y'all got some little animosity amongst each other, but I'm saying like, both of y'all fuck with me. So if I get into something, both of y'all rocking with me, so y'all rocking with each other. So look at it like that. You know, like a pyramid. You know, I'm here, and you here. So y'all connected. So, you know, what the fuck is going on? And then, you know, it wasn't never to the point where, see, it's like, you know, we dealing with a different era. You know, we talking 87, 88, 89, you know, from, just say this, like from 87 until early 92 when he went in. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, you know, it was motherfuckers like me that, you know, my mother and grandmother, you know, taught me every aspect of life except for how to be a man. They don't know that. So I had to go to the streets and figure that out. But I'm glad that, you know, a great man like Silk took a liking to me and grabbed me and gave me the tools, you know. Shawty, take this, store it. You know, okay. If you don't use it right now, just store it. Because you never know down the line through the walks of life when you might have to apply this. You know what I'm saying? So it was always like, you know, he was like a teacher, man. And a motherfucker was always listening. Like, and you know, it's like he knew me. You know, he knew what I was into, the shit I do and the shit I don't do, but the shit that I might do. You know, okay, this ain't Shawty Lane, but if he pushed too far that way, he gonna rock. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was always like, and then I'm proud to say that, man, I'm from Southwest, man, and you know, I grew up under, you know, great men like Wayne and Chin and, you know, a few others, man, you know what I'm saying? Because, man, they taught me a lot, like, man, respect, man. You know what I'm saying? Humble. I'm humble, man. I'm as gentle as a pussycat, but just don't rub me the wrong way because I could turn into a Bango tiger and it ain't a game. You know what I'm saying? Saying basically, the difference in it now is like, I think it's like with the younger generation, and you know, I be trying to grab them dudes and holler at them dudes, right? Because I don't want them to make the same mistakes I made and have to go through the shit that I went through. But they say, you know, going through it is the best teachers. If I wasn't scared of airplanes, right, I could have went to the, if I'm not mistaken, 87. It was, I think, Denver and the Redskins, or yeah. I could have went to that Super Bowl, you know, with him, you know, and we had just got acquainted. Because like I said, you know, he came on August of 87, so the Super Bowl was like, what, like New Year's of 88, something like that. So, you know, he was trying, you know, just knowing me for a couple of months and taking a liking to me, was trying to take me, you know, show me some different shit. You know, come on, get in this plane with me, man. Let's go enjoy ourselves or whatever. So, you know.
How many people went with him when he went?
I ain't sure, cause I mean, I know, you know, it was him and a few good men down here. You know, he was connected, you know, with niggas all over the city, you know, so it probably was a few, you know, men from uptown, northeast, or whatever. But yeah, they went, right? You know, and this was 87, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, 88 New Year's, you know, yeah, when the Super Bowl come around, you know, 87 season, but yeah.
You've heard about the prison for terror suspects at Guantanamo Bay, but you probably don't know there's another prison, a secretive installation in Colorado, where more than 40 terrorists are locked away. The government won't say much about this place it calls ADX, short for United States Penitentiary Administrative Maximum. The public has never seen the operation inside, but you will tonight. The so-called Supermax prison is sort of a 21st century Alcatraz, and after months of reporting, we've pulled together a picture of this little-known facility.
Now here's the thing about this, and this is something that it was rewarding to me, and it was an honor, because it just wasn't about the homies, right? Out there, it's a black thing, to where you can see a guy. I was on a range with all Aryan nations and ABTs and Aryan brothers, to where I can't even see no black people, but you can see a black man way on the other side, and you can see him over there. What's up, bro? And you can't do nothing but the hey, because I was happy and proud to see one of my people, and to show whoever's watching, that's my brother over there. He could have been from Alaska. I don't know where he was from, but I know he was one of my brothers. You know, and he ain't looking at me with the eyes that these other people looking at me at. He's not looking at me with hate. He's not looking at me with prejudice. He's looking at me like a brother. And then once I got around the homies, like how I said, I spent the whole year with Babyface, working out, talking, and a few other homies, and it was just such a beautiful thing, because it wasn't what I was used to, you know. It wasn't what I expected, you know, because I'm used to kind of being like, yeah, what's up, Slim? I'm from DC. Yeah, what's up? Trying to feel you out, because you already know you can be in certain places, in certain situations, to where people gonna be kind of, whether they be standoffish or whether they dealing with some type of personal issues, to where they just don't really want to embrace you, you know. And that's how it is. But out there, it wasn't like that. Everybody from DC, I'm getting all type of bags and all type of care packages. I couldn't even tell you how some of these brothers look, because they lived in a whole nother building. That's all I knew was, yeah, so-and-so from DC over there just sent you this.
Man, it just was so much shit, though. I mean, he stay on joke time. I mean, that's why, you know, like, the stories you hear, and when you know, like I told y'all in the beginning, like, when you said, is it love or fear, you know, it's like motherfuckers from Southwest that really know him, or that went to school with him growing up, playing sports or whatever, that really know him, you know, it's genuinely love, because they know he just stay on joke time. You would never really know when he serious, because it's just a joke. You know, he never really show no emotions. So it's like, okay, damn, he was serious. He might be saying something, but it's in a laughing manner. So you like, man, I ain't paying this nigga no mind. He playing again. And then when the shit go down, you like, damn, okay, he was serious. It's like say for instance, if, you know, we might be gambling, and a nigga talking too much shit, and Wayne don't like it, but at the same time, they been just going back and forth, but, and he might, I'm about to fuck this nigga around, so get out the way. You know, such and such about to go give me a bet, so get out the way. But you be like, I ain't paying this nigga no mind, that's just, man, he tripping. And then you be like, you know, we still in the crap game, yeah, all right. You know, we was under the tunnel then, the little payphone might be ringing, nigga answering phone, some niggas down lost, man, nigga, lay down, do your time, nigga. We see you call, all right, we out here, everybody out here, who you want? We ain't naming no names over this joint. And then you might turn around like, damn, Slim over there leaking, he was serious, you know, told you bitch nigga, stop playing with me, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I told you all the time, it was just like a respect thing, you know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, I can't really say where it came from, but man, like I told you, I was really a young nigga when I first started really fucking with him. So, you know, like, and I told you, it's like, it's certain parts of his life that he kept me away from in the physical form, right? But maybe later on, we'd kick it or bust it up, he'd put me on point about this, that, and the other, but like, for the most part, like I said, like, you know, he was fucking, man, I remember he had a little crew. It was just him and two young niggas. And, you know, and these niggas was my age. So, you know, we come through seeing our old kill together. So I know what's going on with them. So, you know, when I see them coming around and, you know, be like, man, I'm about to ride with them. Oh, I know how it's about to go down. So, you know, that ain't my lane. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to stay over here. You know, I'm going to go in back out of this tunnel and try to get me right if I can go shopping before, you know, the stores close, yeah. So y'all be careful, man. You know, everything good.
You will not be charged for this call. This call is from
Hopefully.
an inmate at Washington Correction Center. The use of three-way or call waiting will disconnect the call. This call will be recorded and monitored. To accept this call, press 5 now. If you wish to block any future calls of this nature, dial.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, rahmatullah, barakatuh. What's going on, huh?
Coolin', what it do, man? How you doing?
I'm holding on. I'm holding fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just coming out, huh?
Yeah, I just now came out. I've been out for 20 minutes. I'm gonna call you back to Tuesday. What's the date? Today is Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Well, we ain't got no rip tomorrow, so I don't come out till Tuesday. I'm gonna call you Tuesday, right? About it. The fact is in the Quran.
Right. You know what I mean?
They was having that same kind of conversation today on the chair. I ain't say nothing like it. I don't get into them kind of conversations.
Yeah. Usually I don't either. You know what I mean? But when a dude present it to me, sometimes I be like, nah, not me.
You gotta, it's the dean to propagate the dean, especially when it's misunderstood or misrepresented or something like. You're always supposed to say something like to correct it, you know, in a humble way, for it won't lead to nothing. Because if it leads to something, you know, it's all for the sake of Allah, you know.
Right. Matter of fact, Ben, when we was talking about that, man, how you eventually ended up taking your shahada from end up being a Moor?
Look, check this